What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Black, your internet relationship and breakup coach. Today's topic: changing your ex's mind about the breakup. Can you raise their attraction quickly? Now, if you know anything about relationships and breakups, or if you've watched any videos about no contact, including the videos on this channel, then you should know that the most common reason why an ex or someone that you care about broke up with you or dumped you is because they lost attraction. Now, I know your ex must have told you a lot of different reasons about how you don't communicate effectively, or how the distance between you and them is what caused the issues, or maybe you don't care about them like you once did in the past, and so they had to break up with you. And while some of these reasons have a little bit of merit, the underlying cause is because of a drop in attraction. Okay, and so when you understand this, you know that this is what you should be focusing on ultimately. If we can fix the attraction piece of things, you can likely get back into a relationship with your ex. See, the truth is, regardless of what your ex may have told you, when attraction is high, people are willing to overcome different obstacles, different challenges to stay with the person that they're attracted to, or to stay with the person that they love. And when attraction is low, all of a sudden the incentive to want to do difficult things, to want to communicate, to want to work on things, all of that incentive is out the window. If your ex is not feeling like they're getting something out of this emotionally, right? So if they've completely disengaged, you're not going to get the right behaviors, or at least the behaviors that you're looking for, okay? So this is all about attraction. Now, one of the things that I get in my DMs or from coaching clients is they'll say something like, hey, I get it, I understand. I did a lot of things during the relationship to cause my ex to lose attraction. I get it. Well, how can I fix it quickly? Is there something I can do today that will raise my ex's attraction very fast, so we can just get back to the good times, so we can get back to loving on each other and continuing from where we left off? And that's what I'm going to address in this video. It's extremely important, and I promise if you watch this, we're going to give you a lot of value that will help you moving forward with your ex. Now, before we go any further, I'd ask that you go ahead and like this video right now if you appreciate the content. And if you like it, I appreciate it. It costs you nothing, but it really, really does help the channel out. If you know anyone that's dealing with a breakup, or you feel like this content will be helpful to, go ahead and share this video with them. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future videos that I put out. I appreciate it. Now, to raise your ex's attraction, you have to understand one very important, crucial thing, and that has to do with conditioning. So if you've ever heard of the experiments by B.F. Skinner, right, that has to do with conditioning a rat, right, or just how, living things behave. So the experiments were ran on a rat. So they put a very hungry rat in a box, okay, and the rat will, like in the beginning, end up accidentally hitting a button, and then the button will lead to the rat getting some kind of food or cheese or whatever you can picture, right? And then before long, as they iterate, as they continue to run this experiment, the rat becomes extremely efficient in going to go find a button, hitting the button so that they can get the reward. Okay, so the rat sooner or later gets conditioned to expect that, hey, if I hit this button, I'm going to get a certain reward after I hit the button. And human beings essentially operate in the same exact way. And how does that show up? See, the truth is, you train people how to treat you consistently. And so whatever the patterns were that you had in your relationship with your ex, whatever the mistakes that you made, whatever behaviors that you exuded for the most part of the relationship, you have conditioned your ex to expect those behaviors from you. And this is also very important when it comes to the people who are needy, insecure, or also at the end of the relationship or begging and chasing, is that you have conditioned your ex very strongly to believe and to expect that they will have you forever. Now, they are not going to tell you this. And a lot of times it's not something that's communicated verbally. It's something that your ex is just going to feel on an innate level. And so because of this conditioning, if you want to change your ex's mind about the breakup, you have to disassociate yourself from the pattern. You have to interrupt the pattern in your ex's mind. Now, here's the problem. Here's the big problem with interrupting the pattern. The problem is that if you also heard much about breakups, typically in the initial phase of the breakup, when your ex first leaves you or dumps you, they enter what's called the relief stage. And the relief stage simply means that your ex is comfortable with the decision to break up. In certain ways, they are happy that they're leaving you because they're looking forward to seeing if the grass is greener. They're looking forward to see what their options are like outside of the relationship. Now, what this does is, because your ex is in relief and they're not hyper focused on you any longer, they're no longer running any tests, right? Think about the B.F. Skinner test that we talked about earlier, right? The test to confirm the pattern. Now, these are things that happen at a subconscious level in a relationship. You're constantly testing each other and patterns are forming until they become very solid and hardened, and it gets to a place where you each expect each other to behave a certain way. So the point is, when your ex is in relief, they're no longer testing that much. So it's more than likely that initially your ex will not be able to notice that you've changed. It's going to be very difficult to change your ex's mind in the short term because, to put it simply, they're not even watching, right? They might look at your story from time to time, but they're not as interested in you in the moment, especially in the beginning. But what I don't want you to do is that your fear takes this disinterest to mean that they will never come back, right? You take this disinterest in the present moment to mean that your ex can never change their mind. And that is usually not the case. They can change their mind, and in a lot of cases they will, but you just have to stick with this a lot longer. You will change the patterns by being strong, being more secure, not being so attached to what your ex is doing or the things that they say, and getting to a place where they have to put in some work and effort to earn you back. You will have an opportunity to show that you changed, but that opportunity is likely going to come later down the road. Okay? It's not until your ex gets into the curiosity stage, right? It's not until they start to feel a little bit fearful that they might be losing you that they start to run tests again. That's when they'll send you the text message to see how you respond. That's when they send you breadcrumbs just to see how you react. That is them starting to test you again to figure out if you've made any changes. And that is when you can showcase your strength. All of the work that you've done on yourself in no contact to become a better person, to be more confident, to be more secure in yourself, and trust that regardless of what your ex does, you will always have opportunities to be with someone who is head over heels in love with you. So you will get the opportunity to showcase that. It's just likely going to take some time. So to answer the question, is there a way to change your ex's mind quickly? In a lot of cases, the answer is no. Now, time is going to vary from relationship to relationship, from breakup to breakup, because all breakups are different. But I'm telling you, for a lot of you, it's going to take a little bit of time, and then you can showcase the changes. Anyway, if you appreciate the video and you haven't already, be sure to like it right now. Again, I appreciate it. It costs you nothing, and it really, really does help the channel out. So thank you so much for doing so. If you have any thoughts that you want to share with me, drop them in the comment section below, and I will respond to as many comments as possible. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, the quickest way to do so is to click the first link in description, and I'm also going to pin it in the comment section. I'm going to put the link so you can book a coaching call. It's going to be the first pinned comment. And also, if you want to reflect and journal about your situation, I do have a 30-day breakup journal that I made for people. It's a digital journal. It's a really short journal. You can collect your thoughts. If you want to pick one up, it's going to be the second link in description. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.